I didn't start the conversation that started the IALD, but I certainly was an enthusiastic addition to the bunch of people who were thinking of founding this thing, because I knew that it needed some anchor, something to give it credibility, something to build an underpinning for why they should hire somebody like us. And that would come from creating a vocabulary, creating a ability to communicate what we could provide as a service that would be a benefit to mankind. And I think of everything we do as a benefit, because it's meant to produce happy people. It's meant to produce productive people. It's meant to produce a standard of living, etc. All the things that are necessary for happiness. And if happy people make great people. And I was happy doing what I was doing because I was having happy customers. Nothing could be more rewarding than to have somebody like what you do. My role to start this thing off was to come up with a name. So we were searching for names. We were trying lighting this, lighting that. We wound up with the International Association of Lighting Designers, the IALD. We would talk about fees and schedules and things like that, contracts, and essentially we did manage to come to some agreement of what the basic services we would provide would be. When it came to fee establishment, I said, we've got to set some nominal amount. Even though it sounds like a lot of money, we have to set some nominal amount. Light is everywhere, and light is everything. Light is life. So what else could we do? Here we are. We're the International Association of Lighting Designers. So we began. It was a simple step forward. And I played no real part in that other than to continue to work, to set an example for what good work, or try to set an example for what good work was. Everybody might not agree as to what good work was. Certainly most people didn't, because it didn't follow the rules. It followed the rules set by my clients. Whatever they wanted is what I wished to provide. I had to figure out what it is they wish to see, not what I wish to see, what they wish to see. And I had to understand that, understand why it came from there, what it was that made them like that or like this or be fond of that. I would just constantly harp on that. Whatever you be sure you charge at least a certain amount of money so that there is a weighted value financially to every job we do. Because each one of us had to do what we would do. And what we would do would be setting the standard. We were all looking for excellence. So we all had the same goal, even if we didn't have the same methods or whatever service we were doing. The goal was the same. So we were all headed in the same direction, even if it was by a different path. Every time we did a project, a lot of them made the cover of the best design magazines. That was the metric. Are we being published? Are we being accepted? Are we being looked at as an example of good work? As long as we were continuing to set that criteria and meet it, we were doing the job we were supposed to do. The passion of this group came from the love of doing the work. And the success that they received was the motivation to continue to improve. We were just beginning to mature at 50 years old. We've got a long way to go before we become like the AIA, the AMA, or some of the other famous organizations. It took them years to get to there. We've got years to go. We're just getting started. The good work does all the speaking that needs to be done. And when you look at the difference in the projects today and the ones that were done when I started, there's night and day. The growth and the quality of work has grown leaps and bounds, and it's continuing to grow as the products are continuing to get better and the tools that we have to work with are improving and always growing. So we are still on the growing path. As long as we keep that spirit going, we will do well. The growth that this profession has undergone in the last dozen years is testimony to the fact that that works. The fees and the scale of the projects being done today and the number of lighting designers that are beginning to exist around the world has grown significantly. When it started out, there was just a tiny group. That publication in one of the architecture magazines that showed what we were like in the 1930s and 40s and what we're like today is testimony to what progress we've made. And if we keep doing this good work and keep growing, it will be very few jobs that are done without a lighting designer, because we're making a contribution. And as long as we continue to make a contribution and continue to prove we're worth the money, we will grow. I think we have to continue to work together. And I think that the group that started this worked together. We didn't always agree, but we did work together to get to where we are today. And we've got to continue to work together, continue to work in a thoughtful and constructive manner to keep it growing.